Amazon is one of the most controversial companies out there, but unlike most other companies, their controversy doesn't originate from poor customer service or overpriced products or bad environmental practices. Ironically, a significant amount of criticism that Amazon receives is actually that they make too much money, or more specifically, their founder Jeff Bezos makes too much money, while their day-to-day workers are seemingly overworked and underpaid. So, how much does Amazon profit from each of our orders, anyways? Well, starting off, we'll be taking a look at Amazon's latest quarterly report in order to piece together where exactly their revenue is going. Diving into their earnings over the last several years, the first thing you'll notice is that Amazon's net income has been significantly increasing over the past several quarters. This is because Amazon has finally gotten their infrastructure and logistics up to a point where things are running smoothly. For decades, Amazon struggled to make their retail business profitable as they were sinking billions into building warehouses, buying trucks, and buying planes in order to actually fulfill their ambitious delivery timeframes. But as these investments have started to settle into place, Amazon has been able to significantly grow their bottom line. With that being said, let's take a look at their top line. In the first 9 months of 2020, Amazon was able to pull in net product sales of $144.859 billion and net service sales of $115.650 billion. Most of their product sales do come from Amazon Prime members. Here's the thing, not only are 65% of Amazon shoppers Prime members, but more importantly, these customers convert at significantly higher levels. In fact, Amazon Prime members convert an astounding 74% of the time, while non-Prime members only convert 13% of the time. 13% itself is an awesome number, considering that the average e-commerce website conversion rate within the US is only 2.63%. Nonetheless, 13% is only a fraction of 74%. Despite this significant difference in conversion rates though, Prime members and non-Prime members spend roughly the same amount when it comes to each order. Amazon Prime members on average spend $47.72 per order, while non-Prime members spend on average $47.25. So, Amazon's main value when it comes to Prime members is their order frequency, as opposed to their order amount. With all of this information, we can estimate how much of Amazon's net product sales are from Prime members. If we have a random group of 100 Amazon shoppers, 65 will be Prime members, and 35 will be non-Prime members. Out of these potential buyers, 48.1 Prime members will actually end up buying, while only 4.55 non-Prime members will convert. Factoring in the respective order amounts, Amazon would receive $2,295 from Prime members, while they would only receive $215 from non-Prime members. In other words, 91% of Amazon's retail revenue comes from Amazon Prime members. As a result, we'll assume that the average customer on Amazon is indeed a Prime member. Amazon's Prime memberships run $120 per year, and the average Prime member spends $1,400 per year on Amazon. If we spread the cost of the membership across all of the average members' purchases, we get approximately 8.5%. So, if an average customer were to spend $100 on Amazon, they're actually spending about $108.50, and that gives them faster shipping, Prime Video, and all of the other perks Prime offers. Now that we got all of that out of the way, we can take a look at how Amazon will actually spend this revenue. Amazon does provide a breakdown of where they spend their revenue. However, that also includes revenue from AWS or Amazon Web Services. But the operating expenses of AWS are less than 10% of Amazon's overall operating expenses. So, we'll assume that the figures Amazon provides are roughly proportionally accurate to their retail business. With that being said, the first operating expense for Amazon is cost of sales, which comes in at $154 billion. This is by far their biggest expense, as the products they sell aren't free. Either Amazon themselves fronted the cost of manufacturing, as is the case with Amazon Basics products and their smart speakers and so on, or Amazon has to pay a proportion of the revenue to the sellers of their product. Thus, if you spend $100 on Amazon, you're technically actually spending $108.50 on average. And out of that, approximately $64.14 goes towards Amazon actually getting the product. Amazon themselves do not profit anything from this, However, the manufacturer or seller may profit within this amount. For instance, Amazon may have paid the seller $64, but it only cost the seller $40 to get it from the manufacturer, and it may have only cost the manufacturer $20 to make the product, meaning that each the seller and the manufacturer pocket $20, but Amazon doesn't get anything. Hopefully, that made sense. Anyways, moving on, Amazon spent $40.043 billion on fulfillment. This category is self-explanatory. This amount went towards warehouse workers, planes, trucks, fuel, and everything else required in delivering your purchase. On your $100 purchase, about $16.68 will go towards logistics. Next up, we have technology and content, which runs $30.691 billion. This is the amount Amazon actually has to pay the providers for their content. Most Amazon Prime members mainly only use the delivery benefits and might check out Prime Video here and there. But there are a lot of other perks that most never use, like Amazon Music Prime, Prime Gaming, Amazon Photos, and many more. For the people who do take advantage of these services though, Amazon has to of course pay the creators of the content, whether that be the director of the movie, the artist of a song, or a Twitch streamer. They might also need to spend money on cloud storage space if you decide to back up your photos with Amazon Photos. Thus, most of this amount goes towards making the services that come along with Amazon Prime possible. On your $100 order, this comes out to roughly $12.78. Moving forward, we have marketing expenses, which cost $14.605 billion. For Amazon, this includes both direct and indirect marketing strategies. As for direct, we of course have the regular advertisements and promotional material that we are all familiar with. Their indirect marketing efforts, however, are much more subtle. For instance, they have to pay referral fees to affiliate marketers, and they have to pay for sponsorships/sponsored products. Anyways, in relation to the $100 order, only about $6.08 goes towards marketing. Finally, we have two more straightforward expenditures, which are general and administrative, as well as miscellaneous expenses. General and administrative costs come out to $4.7 billion, while miscellaneous expenses only come out to $421 million. As a proportion of a $100 order, general and administrative is approximately $1.95, and miscellaneous is only 17.5 cents. Adding all of these together, we get a total of $101.81, meaning that every time you buy something on Amazon, they actually spend more than you in order to actually deliver everything they promise. The Amazon Prime revenue and other services revenue of course make up for this though, leaving Amazon in the green. Factoring in this revenue, Amazon profits $6.69 for every $100 you spend on Amazon. If we also add in their interest income and subtract taxes, their net income per $100 is about $5.88. However, that number is a bit inflated by their high-margin Amazon Web Services business. If we strictly take a look at their retail business by region, though we don't get a breakdown of how exactly Amazon spends their revenue, they do reveal how much they make at the end of the day. In North America, Amazon has a total operating income of $5.704 billion out of $160.936 billion in net sales. This would mean that Amazon's operating income within the US per $100 is actually a little bit lower at about $3.85. Meanwhile, Amazon essentially makes no money abroad. Their operating income internationally is only $355 million out of $66.945 billion in net sales. The average international customer likely doesn't have a Prime membership. Thus, for every $100 they spend, Amazon only gets $100. And out of that revenue, Amazon will profit a mere 53 cents. But then, how is Jeff Bezos making tens of billions every single year? The answer lies within his large stake in Amazon. As of July 2020, Jeff Bezos owned 55.5 million shares of Amazon, or an 11.1% stake in the company. And taking a look at Amazon's stock graph over the past decade, it's no wonder why he's made so much money. In fact, Jeff Bezos only makes a modest $81,840 a year as a salary, and receives no stock compensation. The other $1.6 million you see here is spent on security measures for Jeff Bezos. So his gains can be explained by a stake in Amazon. But why are investors buying up stock of a company with such meager profit margins? Well, Amazon is valued as a growth company, and investors have been buying the stock of the company based on future growth and profitability. Here's the thing, Amazon's PE ratio is about 90 today. This means that if Amazon were to stop growing and stop increasing their profit margins, it would take you over 90 years to make back your invested money at their current margins. So, Jeff Bezos is not making billions based on Amazon's profits today, but rather, he's making billions on the hope that Amazon will one day be extremely profitable and lucrative. Fortunately for Jeff Bezos and Amazon investors, considering Amazon's trend over the past several years, this does seem to be the case. Did you guys realize that Amazon barely makes any money? Comment that down below. Also, drop a like if you guys enjoyed this rough estimate of how exactly your money is spent by Amazon. And of course, consider joining our Discord community to suggest future video ideas, and consider subscribing to see more questions logically answered. But until then, I'm Hari, and I'll see you guys on the next one.